Hello everyone, my name is Austin and you are watching Pauper Ponderings, and this week is the very first week where we had our, the suggestion winner. They're taking home $10 in store credit. So the deck that I chose was from the Reddit thread that I made on, Monday night, entitled Pauper Ponderings Deck Submission. And the deck I chose is called RakDoSiDo. I don't think I spelled it right. I think so it should be R... I don't know. There's big letters and little letters. It's supposed to look kitschy. I didn't really like the name, but you know what? I'm going through with the people who decided what it was called, and the deck creator, his name is Drunks Lono on Reddit. So check him out. He said that it was built over kind of like a Pauper Discord chat discussion, so he didn't want to take sole credit of it, but he submitted it to me, and it's sweet. He said they're going to use it for a tournament, so that's pretty cool. So make sure you guys check the Pauper subreddit, or you can email me, themanabase@fusiongamingonline.com. You can email me all of your submissions there. I will take a look at them. I'm already taking submissions for next week's video. The Reddit thread is also a very good idea. I'm going to be putting it up usually Monday night, so you'll have all of Monday, all of Tuesday before I pick a deck. I pick the deck usually Tuesday in the afternoon, depending on what my schedule is looking like. So, yeah, make sure you check that out. So the deck that we are playing, like I said, is called RakDoSiDo, and I guess the reason it is called that is because it's like an aggro deck, and it wants to utilize cards like Unearth, Undying Evil, and Otherworldly Outburst to, to and fro the creatures from the graveyard. So we have cards like Kiln Fiend and Keldon Marauders, which are very good attackers, but they're a little fragile. Kiln Fiend only has 2 toughness. He gets bigger when you cast instants and sorceries, but he is going to be pretty easy to block and kill. Keldon Marauders has Vanishing 2, which means it's only going to stick around for a couple turns. Now what this deck is aiming to do is to get these creatures into play, and then use a whole bunch of pump and, sacrifice effects, or anti-sacrifice effects to keep them in play. So, we have cards like Dynacharge, gives creature +2/+0 on a turn, or you can overload it for 3. We have Reckless Charge, which gives a creature +2/+0 in haste, and then it has flashback. And then we also have Inner Flame Acolyte, which is a creature that has Evoke, that gives a creature +2/+0 in haste. So really the whole point of the deck is to get these creatures into a play, attack, give them these boosts, and then using cards like Undying Evil or Unearth, we can very easily bring them back. Also, Undying Evil is very cool with a card like Keldon Marauders. When they think it's going to die due to Vanishing, you simply Undying Evil, it comes back as a 4/4, pings them again. Very, very cool. You can also Undying an Inner Flame Acolyte with Evoke on the stack, so it'll give a Kiln Fiend +2/+0, then it'll die, and then Undying will happen, it'll come back into play as a 3/3, and then it can give itself +2/+0 and attack as a 5/3. So that's a really, really cool kind of interaction that this deck has. Mogg War Marshal, another one. Undying Evil, it comes back, makes another token, it's a 2/2. We also have the card Otherworldly Outburst, which is 1 in a red, and it gives a creature +1/+0, and then if that creature would die this turn, you make a 3/2. So again, very cool. Evoke Inner Flame Acolyte on my Kiln Fiend. Otherworldly Outburst, the Inner Flame Acolyte. It's going to give Kiln Fiend +3/+0 due to Kiln Fiend's static ability, and then the Inner Flame Acolyte's going to turn into a 3/2. So a lot of cool little interactions. We also trigger a lot of Morbid, obviously, so we're playing the full 4 Tragic Clips just as a good catch-all for a lot of decks. And then Mogg War Marshal is basically a staple anytime I play Red on Pauper Ponderings. I'm going to be playing Mogg War Marshal, so look to see that guy. You'll see a couple of those in the sideboard as well. Also playing Goblin Hero Cutter, because again, this deck doesn't do the best job at busting through stalled boards. I played against a couple Elves decks while I was testing today, and it is tough. They're going to create a huge board, and it's very tough for you to get a Kiln Fiend or a Keldon Marauders through that, but I am confident. We're not going to play against Elves too much. We've played against it enough today, but Goblin Hill Cutter is good for that reason. Mana base pretty standard, playing 8 Mountains, 3 Swamps, 4 Bloodflow Caves, and then the new addition 4 Ash Barrens, which has been a card that has really been good every single time I've had it in my decks. Really, really felt good overall. I love this chest symbol too. Moving over to the sideboard, we have 3 Electrickeries, which is essentially Bay. If you know anything about Pauper Ponderings, you know that if I'm playing red, I'm playing some number of this card in my sideboard. I just love it against so many decks. Delver, elves, anything like that. Mono white tokens. Very good. We have 3 Pyro Blasts. Again, just a really good red cyborg card for the format. With 2 Flaring Pains. This is going to be against any sort of Circle of Protection deck. If they bring in Circle of Protection red against our Kiln Fiend, we can play the Flaring Pain and prevent that from happening. 4 Ingot Chewers. Again, it's going to trigger our Morbid. And then again, against something like Affinity, we can evoke it, then Undying Evil the Ingot Chewer. It'll come back right into play. Get to kill 2 artifacts, and we get a 4/4. 2 Relic Progenitus, any sort of Angler Delver decks, and we have 1 Akiba Gang Shinobi. I'm a really big fan of this card. I think this will be sweet against any sort of like blue-black control deck. If you're able to go, turn 2 Kiln Fiend on the play, they probably play a Tapland or something, and then Ninjutsu in an Akiba Gang Shinobi when they're not ready. That's a huge beating. A 3/2 that makes them that mind rots them is huge. I'm excited about this deck. I'm excited for the places that Pauper Ponderings is going. I'm so glad for the support that you guys have given me, just in terms of your deck lists and all the kind words on the YouTube videos and on the Reddit threads. Thank you so much. I would not be doing it without you guys. Just a little hedge. My main sponsor, the Mana Base. It's a sweet website that I'm a part of here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Check them out online, www.themanabase.com. Everything from Pauper to Cube to Kitchen Table, Commander. It's definitely a more casual-centric website. We're just trying to cater to essentially the regular player. There's way too many pro websites out there. We want to give you Magic content that is made by Magic players and not Magic professionals, because we want you to be able to relate to the content that we're putting out. So make sure you check us out online, www.themanabase.com. This is Austin. This is Pauper Ponderings. This is RakDoSiDo. It was made by Drunks Lono. And I will see you guys for round 1 in just a couple of minutes.